This is Dan with The Verge, and we're taking a look at the Sony Xperia Z. This is the company's new flagship smartphone for 2013. As you can see, it's got a very large display. This has got a 5-inch 1080p HD display with a pixel density of 440 ppi. It uses Sony's Mobile Bravia Engine 2 technology for enhanced colors and clarity when you're viewing photos and video. Otherwise, you're looking at a pretty standard slab square smartphone from the front. It's covered in 100% glass on the front, Gorilla Glass material. But along the sides, you can see it's got a squared off design, a bit different than the curvier designs that we've seen before. And it's got some pretty cool hardware accents here. It's got an aluminum power button next to the volume rocker. The back of the device features an all-glass panel as well, using Gorilla Glass, tempered glass for greater durability. And it features a 13 megapixel camera with Sony's new Exmor RS sensor that allows for HDR video in addition to HDR still recording and high-speed burst mode in 10 frames per second until the device gives up. The hardware is actually pretty solidly built and well constructed, and if you notice, all of the ports here have flaps over them because it is a water-resistant device, so it can be submerged in a meter of water for up to 30 minutes at a time. It's running Android 4.1 Jelly Bean at launch with Sony's custom user interface here. The company says that it will be upgrading to Android 4.2 at some point after the device is launched. Sony's done a couple of different things with the software, namely here to enhance the battery life of the phone. It's got Sony's power management software that allows users to enable a stamina mode, which will disable all background applications when the device's display is off. The company says that you can extend the battery life by nearly 4 times with the stamina mode engaged. You do have the option to whitelist applications, so if you wanted to allow an email application or social networking application through and to allow notifications to come in, you do have the controls there to do that. Powering the Sony Xperia Z is a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro processor clocked at 1.5 gigahertz. It's very snappy and responsive in our tests here. We really don't see any lag of any sort while we're using the interface. The Xperia Z supports Hspa Plus and LTE networks. Sony says this will be coming to markets globally by the end of the first quarter, but it still doesn't have hasn't yet announced a price for it, though it will be a premium device. This is the Sony Xperia ZL, which is very similar to the Xperia Z as far as internal components go. It's got the same processor, software, and camera module. However, the hardware is a little bit different. The same size 5-inch 1080p display, but it's a little bit smaller and a smaller footprint than the Xperia Z. But the trade-off is that the device is slightly thicker around and does not have the glass panel on the back. It is also not water resistant like the Xperia Z. Sony says that it will be launching the Xperia ZL in some limited markets in the end of Q1 when these devices launch, but it has not decided where exactly those markets will be.